This is teacher Elena. I'll be teaching you all science. So our topic for today is introduction to lab tools. I'll be teaching you the equipment and the tools we use in the lab for experiment. Okay, some of you might think, why should we learn the name of the equipment and apparatus in the laboratory? Because if you see, some of them might be labeled. So it is just easier to just take the equipment with the labeled one. Okay, so I give you example. I ask you to take a liquid, heat it up, and test its temperature. So if I say that, you can think what apparatus that you can use. So in this situation, you will be using a beaker to hold the liquid inside, and then you heat it up over the Bunsen burner. After that, I asked you to take the temperature. You'll be using a thermometer. Using the thermometer to test its temperature, whether it is hot or not. So that is the example of the equipment that you can use in the laboratory. So it is faster if you know the equipment so that you can pick the correct tools used for the specific experiment. Okay? It is easy to just memorize this equipment because you will be using it most of the time. Don't worry, let's go. And here is the example of the scientific tools are often used in the laboratory. Can you guess what it is? One of the example is the hand lens or magnifying glass to see a small object. Then you also have a thermometer to measure temperature. You also have a measuring cup to measure different type of liquid. Then you also have a ruler to measure an object in centimeter or meter. Then of course you have a balance to measure the weight of the object in grams or kilograms. How about that? Do you know most of them? There are more things in the laboratory tool that we can use, such as the pipette. Pipette are used to take a small droplet of liquid. Then you also have a test tube rack. Test tube rack is used to hold this test tube. And then you also have a flask. Flask is used to hold various type of chemical. You can also use a beaker for that, or use the beaker to heat up a liquid using a Bunsen burner. Some of the other things you can find such as stethoscope, a magnet, a magnifying glass, or the hand lens. And in some lab, they also have a telescope. And finally, the most important thing is the microscope. See, it's that simple. Most of the tools used are already in the experiment that you might have been doing the past few years. Okay? There are many other tools that we have in the laboratory. But these are some of the things that you should know because these are some of the things that we'll be using often in the laboratory. I hope you do your revision, check back the apparatus and memorize them. Okay? You can ask me if you don't understand anything. So, this is the end. Thank you so much. Bye!